Welcome to Tanu Science. In this video, we'll learn AC circuit containing a resistor, an inductor, and a capacitor in series, or simply we can call it as series RLC circuit, where R is a resistor, L is an inductor, and C is a capacitor. So now we'll draw the series circuit consisting of resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Inductor, this is capacitor, this is resistor, so all are connected in series connection, nothing but end to end connection, one end of the component connected to other end of the component. Here for example, end of the resistor is connected to an end of the inductor, then end of the inductor is connected to end of the capacitor. So the end to end connection, nothing but series connection. So everything is connected in series with AC. So AC symbol, the sinusoidal waveform. This is AC symbol. Now RLC 3 connected in series with AC voltage. So at any instant the voltage from this voltage source Vm sine omega t. This voltage appear across this resistor, inductor, and capacitor. Across the resistor it appear as Vr, across the inductor it appear as Vl, across the capacitor it appear as Vc. So Vr is a potential difference across the resistor, Vl potential difference across the inductor, then Vc potential difference across the capacitor. So we know that already voltage across R is in same phase with current. So no phase difference between current and voltage in the case of resistor, but in case of inductor voltage leads I by pi by 2. So voltage leads I by pi by 2. Voltage across the capacitor is lags behind by pi by 2. So VR and I in same phase, no phase difference. So voltage across the resistor and current both are in the same phase. Then VL, so VL leads I by the phase angle of pi by 2. Then VC is lags behind by the phase angle pi by 2. VC lags behind current by the phase angle of pi by 2. So this one already we know that in the previous topics. Now we can, using this information, we can draw the voltage phasor diagram. So this voltage or phasor diagram, we can consider this Cartesian coordinate axis. This is x, this is x y, sorry, this is x y dash, this is x dash. Now at any instant from the circuit we can take I is equal to Im sine omega t plus or minus pi. This is current at any instant. So in this phasor diagram you can consider this is the current I at a time t. We know that VR and I in the same phase. So I and V are going to be the same phase. So this OA line represents voltage across. This OA line represents voltage across the resistor. So IMR, where IM represents maximum current, R represents resistance. Then VL leads I. So VL leads I by phase angle of pi by 2. So this will be VL. So the angle between this I and VL is pi by 2. This is VL because VL leads I by the phase angle of pi by 2. If you rotate this phasor diagram, the VL leads I by the phase angle of pi by 2. Then VC lags behind I by the phase angle of pi by 2. So this VC will be lag behind I by the phase angle of pi by 2. Now the angle between this I and this VC is 90 pi by 2. So these three concepts explained in the phasor diagram. So VL leads I, VC lags behind I by the phase angle of pi by 2, but VR and I both are in the same phase. Voltage across a resistor is IMR, that is represents diagram OA. Then voltage across the inductor that represents the phasor diagram is OB. So IMXL. Voltage across the capacitor, that is VC, is equal to IMXC. This VC represented by OC. They are called the length of the phasors. The circuit is either effectively inductive or capacitive, depend on the voltage values VL and VC. So VL is greater than VC, the net voltage. So net voltage is VL minus VC, which is represented, which is going to be represented in this diagram. So VL will be greater, VC is smaller. So this is inductive predominant circuit. If VL is in positive, VC is negative, that represents inductive predominant circuit. So this VC, if we take the resultant VL and VC, it will be here. This point take as D. So this OD. So this VL minus VC length in the phasor diagram is OD. By parallelogram law gives the resultant voltage. So the resultant voltage in this diagram represented by OE. This OE represents resultant voltage. Hence it is voltage phasor diagram. So this is voltage phasor diagram. So by using the parallelogram law, the diagonal OE gives the resultant voltage V of VR, VL and VC, or VR and VL minus VC. This OD represents VL minus VC. Now we can apply the parallelogram law rule. This OE square is equal to OE square is equal to OA square plus and OD square. A small correction. OA square, this is OA square and OD square. This OA, this OD. So OE square is equal to OA square and OD square. So now OE square is represented in this diagram is VM. VM square equal to OA represents OA represents IMR. So IMR whole square plus OD represents, this OD represents VL minus VC. This VL minus VC represents IXL. VL formula is IMXL minus VC. This VC formula is IMXC then whole square. VM, this OE represents the effective voltage. So that VM is square, if we take square root of, here we can take Im r square, Im square r square plus xl minus xc whole square. Then Vm is equal to, if we take out this Im square from the root, we'll get Im, then root of r square plus xl minus xc whole square. Now Vm divided by root of r square plus xl minus xc whole square. This represents current, maximum current in the circuit. Now Vm by this r square, root of r square plus xl minus xc whole square, this represents effective resistance or effective opposition to the current by the series RLC circuit. This is denoted as Z. So Vm by Z. Z is nothing but impedance, where Z is equal to root of R square plus XL minus XC whole square. So this Z represents impedance. Impedance unit also is ohm. So already we know that unit of resistance ohm, unit of inductive reactance ohm, unit of capacitive reactance ohm. Then this one unit of impedance also ohm. This impedance is nothing but effective opposition to the current by the series RLC circuit. From this diagram, now we can draw the voltage triangle diagram and impedance triangle diagram. For voltage triangle diagram, we have to represent this triangle OAE. So we have to consider this triangle, this OAE. So this represents voltage triangle. So we can draw separately. This voltage triangle already we considered, that is OAE from the voltage phasor diagram. This is OA, this is E. So this OA represented in the diagram is VR. This AE represented as VL minus VC. This OE represented as VM. This is a total voltage or effective voltage. This is voltage triangle. Next, impedance triangle. So instead of that voltage, we are going to use that impedance. So VM formula is IZ. So IZ, remove I, now take only Z because the impedance triangle. So that is the priority. Next, VR formula is IMXR. Now remove that I, so write R alone. Now VL formula is IMXL. Now remove IM, so XL, minus VC formula is IMXC. So remove IM, will get XC. So from this triangle, from this voltage triangle, we have drawn impedance triangle by removing the current. So if you remove the current, automatically that voltage triangle becomes a impedance. So voltage formula is V is equal to IR. So if you remove that I, so you will get the impedance. So impedance triangle, we removed the current in all these factors. This is pi, where pi is the phase angle between this VR and VM. So here also pi is the phase angle between R and Z. So one more, this phase angle represents phase relation between current and voltage. So along this VR there was I. So I, current and voltage. So this pi represents phase relationship between current and voltage. Now from this voltage triangle and impedance triangle, we can use the trigonometry function tan pi is equal to opposite by adjacent. So VL minus VC, this opposite, adjacent is VR, is equal to, from this diagram, tan pi is equal to XL minus XC by, this represents effective reactance, this where pi is equal to tan inverse of XL, tan will come here, so tan inverse of XL minus XC by R. Now we will discuss the special cases. If XL greater than XC, if XL is greater than XC, tan pi is positive. The tan pi is positive, so that inductive predominant circuit. So in the inductive predominant circuit, voltage leads the current. So voltage leads current by the phase angle of pi by 2 or by the phase angle of pi generally. So that formula V is equal to Vm sine omega t. This voltage formula. Then current formula I is equal to Im sine omega t minus pi, where current lagging, so that minus pi. If the current is leading, the plus pi. Next, second case, if XL less than XC, now tan pi is negative. So the tan pi going to be negative. So tan pi is negative in the sense capacitance predominant circuit. In this circuit, I leads V by the phase angle pi. So in this previous case, V leads I, but here I leads V. So that Vm sin omega t as usual, but I is equal to Im sin omega t plus pi because I leads the voltage. The third case, both are equal if XL is equal to XC. So if XL equal to XC, we substitute here, XL is equal to XC is 0. So tan pi going to be 0. So tan pi going to be 0 means pi also tan pi will be 0. Therefore current and voltage I and V, I and V in same phase. Same phase, the circuit is resistive. So the circuit is resistive. The circuit represent resistive circuit. Like that, we discussed here inductive predominant circuit means the circuit is inductive. Here we discussed capacitance predominant circuit. So the circuit is capacitive. So that LCR circuit may be inductive or may be capacitive or it may be resistive. Depend on the difference between XL and XC. So tan pi is equal 0. So I and V in same phase. So that formula will be V is equal Vm sin omega t. Then I is equal Im sin omega t. So there is no phase difference between current and voltage in the case of resistive circuit. Thank you, students.